You're about to discover 4 compliments so powerful, sound forgettable, that they'll live inside a woman's mind long after you've said them. But before I reveal them, let me ask you something. How many times have you told a woman, "You're beautiful," only to get that same polite smile? The quick thanks followed by silence. You know the one. The smile that shuts the conversation down instead of opening it up. Here's the truth. If she's attractive, she's heard, "You're pretty 1,000 times this week." To her, it's background noise. It's like giving someone a participation trophy. Nice, but forgettable. And here's the dark side of psychology. Most men never realize. Ordinary compliments kill attraction. They solve the puzzle too quickly. You're pretty. You're funny. You're smart. Puzzle solved. There's no curiosity left. No tension. No spark. But what if instead your words didn't solve the puzzle? They created one. What if your compliment planted a question inside her mind that she couldn't stop thinking about even days later? That's exactly what these 4 forbidden compliments do. And I call them forbidden for a reason. Once you use them, there's no going back. They trigger something deeper in her psychology. Not her vanity, but her emotions. Her sense of mystery. Her identity. They make her curious about what you see in her. They make her want to prove you right. They flip the script, so she's Theon investing in you. So, if you've ever wondered why ordinary compliments fall flat, or why some guys seem to leave a lasting impression without trying too hard, pay very close attention because once you master these 4 compliments, you'll never be forgotten again. Let's dive straight into the first forbidden compliment. And trust me, once you understand why it works, you'll never look at compliments the same way again. The first forbidden compliment is this. You have this energy about you that I can't quite put my fingers on. Now, before you think that sounds simple, let me explain why this is psychological gold. Most guys, they hand women the answer right away. You're pretty. Puzzle solved. You're funny. Puzzle solved. You're smart. Puzzle solved. That kind of compliment feels good in the moment, but it's predictable. It doesn't make her stop. It doesn't make her wonder. But when you say, "You have this energy I can't quite put my finger on," you're creating a puzzle, and she becomes obsessed with solving it. Here's what instantly starts firing inside her brain. What energy? What does he see in me? What makes me different? Why can't he explain it? And just like that, you're in her head. She's replaying your words. And every time she thinks about that comment, she's thinking about you. I'll give you a real story. I was at a party once, and instead of the usual, "Hey, you look great tonight," a guy looked at me and said, "You know what? You have this energy that makes everyone around you seem more relaxed. I noticed it the second you walked in." Guys, it thought about that comment for weeks. Not hours, not days, weeks. I kept replaying it in my head. Was it the way I smiled? The way I carried myself? The way I talked to people? What was he noticing that others weren't? And here's the kicker. Every single time that compliment popped into my mind, he popped into my mind too. That's the power of this compliment. Timing is everything. Don't just walk up cold and drop this line. You'll sound rehearsed. Instead, wait for a moment when you've already been talking for a bit. Maybe she shared a story. Maybe she's made you laugh. Maybe you noticed how she interacts with people. That's when you drop it. Make it specific to the moment. You have this way of making people comfortable that I can't quite put my finger on. There's something about how you think that feels different from anyone else I've met. You carry yourself in a way that changes the whole room. And here's the secret sauce. When she asks, "What do you mean?" Don't explain it. Just smile and say, "I'm still figuring it out myself." Trust me, she'll spend the next hour, maybe even the next week, trying to show you more sides of herself so you can figure it out. And that's when you know she's hooked. Now, if you thought that first compliment was powerful, the second one is even more dangerous because it doesn't just make her feel mysterious. It makes her want to open up. parts of herself she never shows anyone else. The second forbidden compliment is this: I feel like you're the type of person who has stories most people never get to hear. Now let me break down why. This one is so sneaky and so powerful. Every woman, and I mean every woman, feels like there are parts of herself people don't truly see. She may put on a confident smile, dress a certain way, or play a role in her friend group. But deep down she knows there are hidden sides, secret layers, untold stories. Maybe she's secretly obsessed with astronomy, even though everyone sees her as a party girl. Maybe she writes poetry or paints when nobody's watching. Maybe she has scars, experiences, or passions she never reveals because people wouldn't expect them. When you give her this compliment, you're saying, I see beyond the surface. You're more than what the world sees. And I want to know the parts of you most people never get access to. That's not just attractive, that's magnetic. Why it works. Psychology breakdown. 1. It makes her feel mysterious. Instead of being defined by what's obvious, you're framing her as someone deeper, someone worth discovering. 2. It triggers curiosity. She starts wondering, what does he think my hidden stories are? What does he see in me that others don't? 3. It makes her want to prove you right. She'll feel the urge to share something with you, a passion, a secret, a dream, just to show you she is full of surprises. I remember a guy once said, Tome, I bet you're the kind of person who's at least 3 hobbies that would surprise people. And do you know what happened? I instantly started listing things off. My obsession with true crime podcasts, my weird little collection of vintage postcards, my secret love for 90s boy bands. I ended up giving him my whole personality profile without even realizing it because I wanted to prove him right. And here's the psychology behind it. The more I revealed, the more invested I felt in him because he was the one who got it. He saw there was more to me than the surface. This works best when she's already revealed something small about herself that doesn't match her surface. Maybe she drops a random fact. Maybe she reacts in a way that surprises you. That's your moment. You can say things like, you seem like someone who's traveled to places that aren't in any guidebook. I get the feeling. You've got random skills most people would never expect. I feel like there are chapters of your life people would pay to read if only they knew. And here's the secret. Pause after you say it. Don't push. Don't interrogate. Let her decide what story to share. When she does, that's intimacy being built in real time. And because she's the one choosing what to reveal, she'll feel closer to you without you having to force anything. Now, if you thought making her feel mysterious was powerful, wait until you hear the third forbidden compliment. Because this one doesn't just make her curious about herself. It flips the script and makes her wonder whether she's good for you. The third forbidden compliment is this: I can't decide if you're going to be really good for me or really dangerous. This one advanced level. And here's why. Most compliments put women in the power position. You're amazing. You're the most beautiful woman here. You're incredible. Sounds nice, right? But the problem is those compliments place her in a pedestal. They hand her their control. She's the queen. You're the admirer. She decides if you're worthy. But this compliment, it flips the whole dynamic. When you say, I can't decide if you're good for me or dangerous, you're sending a very different message. You're not chasing. You're evaluating her. You're showing interest, but you're not desperate. You're saying, I see your power, but I'm strong enough to walk away if you're trouble. That balance between curiosity and caution. Women find it irresistible. The psychology behind it. Why does this work so well? Because women are naturally drawn to men who, 1, have options. You're not placing all your value in her hands. 2, aren't easily impressed. You're not another guy falling at her feet. 3, can challenge her. She now wonders, wait, what does he mean dangerous? Does he see me as unpredictable, exciting, trouble? And here's the twist. Dangerous isn't an insult here. It's seduction. You're saying she has the ability to shake up your world, to mess with your mind, to get under your skin. That's not just flattering. That's unforgettable. One time after I made a sarcastic joke about a guy's choice of drink, instead of getting defensive, he looked me straight in the eyes and said, "I'm starting to think you might be dangerous for my peace of mind." And let me tell you, that comment lived in my head rent-free for days. Was I dangerous? What did he mean? Was it good dangerous or bad dangerous? Did he like that I challenged him? And every time those questions ran through my mind, I was thinking about him. That's the power of this forbidden compliment. This isn't a line you throw out randomly. It works best in moments of playful tension, when she's teasing you, surprising you, or being bold. Here are a few examples you can use in real life. She challenges you about something. "I'm starting to think you might be trouble." She does something sweet after being sassy. "I can't tell if you're an angel or if you're about to completely mess up my plans." She surprises you with her wit or intelligence. "You know what? I think you're going to be dangerous for my productivity." The delivery matters. Say it slowly with a smile, as if you're genuinely trying to figure her out. That's what makes it land. Not like a pickup line, but like a sincere observation. And now for the final forbidden compliment. The one that doesn't just touch her heart, but her mind. Because when you compliment the way she thinks, not just how she looks, that's when you become unforgettable. The fourth forbidden compliment is this: "You think differently than anyone I've ever met. And I can't tell if that's going to inspire me or drive me crazy." Now let's be honest. Most men never compliment women on their mind. They focus on looks, clothes, maybe personality. But here's the truth. When you notice and admire the way her mind works, that's when you separate yourself from every other guy. Why? This compliment works like magic. 1, it makes her feel intellectually attractive. She's used to hearing, "You're pretty." But how often has someone admired her thinking? That's rare. 2, it highlights her uniqueness. You're not just saying she's smart, you're saying her brain works in ways that stand out from everyone else. 3, it creates tension. Inspire me or drive me crazy. She's left wondering, what effect do I really have on him? This isn't just a compliment. It's a challenge, a curiosity trigger, and an invitation to deeper connection all at once. I'll never forget the moment a guy said this to me. I had just shared this weird theory about why people choose certain coffee drinks based on their personality types. Instead of saying, "That's interesting," or "You're smart," he leaned back, smirked, and said, "Your brain goes places I never would have thought of." And I honestly don't know if that's fascinating or terrifying. Do you know what happened? I was hooked completely, because in that own moment, he wasn't just complimenting me. He was saying my thoughts were powerful enough to inspire him or completely disrupt him. And that made me feel unforgettable. Save this one for deeper conversations, moments when she's revealing her opinions, her passions, or showing you her way of thinking. Here's how you can phrase it naturally. The way you just explained that your mind works so differently from mine. I can't decide if I should be worried or excited. You see things from angles I'd never consider. Spending time with you might completely change the way I think. Your perspective is so unique. I feel like you're either going to teach me something incredible or completely mess with my head. And here's the secret. Once you say it, follow up with genuine curiosity. Ask her to share more. Let her dive deeper. Because when a woman feels like a man truly values not just her beauty, but the way her mind works, that's when she feels seen on the deepest level. That's when she becomes fascinated with you. Now let's zoom out for a second, because I know what you're thinking. Why do these forbidden compliments work when regular compliments fail? So, let's step back for a moment. Why do these forbidden compliments work when regular ones fall flat? It all comes down top psychology. Ordinary compliments are like fast food. They taste good in the moment, but they're quickly forgotten. You're pretty. Heard it before. You're funny, nice, but common. Forbidden compliments are like a mystery novel. They don't hand her the answer. They leave her with questions. They make her think, replay, wonder, and every time she replays it, she's thinking about you. Here's what they all have in common. 1. They create mystery instead of solving it. You're not giving her the conclusion. You're giving her clues, making her imagination work over time. 2. They make her feel unique without worshipping her. You're not bowing down, but you're showing curiosity. That balance makes her feel special and keeps her intrigued. 3. They shift the power dynamic. Instead of you trying to impress her, she's now trying to live up to the intriguing things you've noticed. She starts investing in you. 4. They go deeper than surface-level attraction. Her energy, her hidden depths, her unpredictability, her mind. Each compliment touches something most men completely miss. These aren't magic spells. They work because they're genuine observations that tap into her psychology. You're not memorizing lines. You're paying attention. You're noticing the unique things about her that most people overlook, and you're framing them in a way that creates curiosity instead of closure. That's what makes you unforgettable. Think about it. Anyone can tell her she's pretty. Anyone can say she has Annie's smile. But when you're the one who makes her feel like a mystery worth solving, when you're the one who appreciates her untold stories, her unpredictable edge, her mind, that's when you stop being just another guy. You become the man she replays in her head at night, the one she wants to prove right, the one she wants to understand. And that's exactly why these are called forbidden compliments. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button right now, because this is just the beginning of what I'm going to teach you about attraction and psychology. Subscribe to Wisdom. Muse for more secrets that most men will never know, the kind that make women chase you. And tell me in the comments below, which of these 4 forbidden compliments are you most excited to try first? Remember, it's Amelia here. And as always, be genuine, be curious, and watch what happens.